I'm Elizabeth Henson. Welcome to the Messy Success Podcast, where I'm helping creative dreamers and overachievers tackle business and life. After 6 years of being my own boss, I finally unraveled a tiny bit of what it takes to survive in this amazing world of being an overly creative entrepreneur. I'm your business bestie, here to help you with all those big ideas and to normalize some of the day-to-day struggles that we all share. My mission is simple. I want more women to make a living doing what they love and to feel good about themselves in the process. The best way to start? We can't do it alone. So welcome. I hope you'll hang out with me here where it's totally okay to be messy. Hello, you guys. Welcome to episode 62 of the Messy Success Podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth here. I'm so excited to share some more real-time behind the scenes with you guys. I've been getting a little bit of feedback on the last couple episodes, and you guys have had really good things to say about the imperfect and messy way that I've been showing up. So I appreciate that. Just to follow up a little bit on last episode about Angie, she has made it through surgery. She is at home recovering. The good news is the genetic testing came back. She's not going to have to get a hysterectomy. We were a little worried that she was going to have the hysterectomy right after the double mastectomy recovery, which would have extended her, time away from work, time away recovering by quite a bit. So we're very grateful to have that good news. We're still waiting on a couple more things to just, see if the cancer has spread, to really know what she's up against. But so far, so good. She's home. She's recovering. So today I'm going to be talking with you guys a little bit about sales and just how much I've learned in the past 6 months about sales. How do we make sales feel less icky? That seems to be like a recurring theme in, the creative entrepreneur space, that sales is yucky and gross, and, that we don't like launching our products, or we don't like sales, or we're not good at sales, or all the things. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. First, though, fun fact, I have joined the rebounding community. I don't know if you guys have heard of rebounding. My mentor, James Wedmore, shared it on his podcast. There are quite a few entrepreneurs that are doing a lot of the rebounding. It's like the mini trampolines. So picture like the small indoor trampolines if you've never even heard of rebounding. It's just like a new way of exercising. It's not new. It's probably not new at all, but it's a very trendy way of exercising. My mom actually got the trampoline, the rebounder, and she liked it so much that she upgraded. So I got her kind of like introductory level one that's a little bit squeaky and imperfect, but I'm just sitting so much right now because you guys know I've increased my work hours by quite a bit now that I am doing community management for other teams as well. I am working probably, pretty much a 40-hour work week, which has been quite a learning curve, quite an adjustment for myself and for my family. And that I'm constantly in the process of trying to figure out how to take better care of myself, how to figure out how to, put my health and fitness in front of my work. And I really struggle with that. So having the rebounder is going to allow me to get up from my desk. Like I was watching some video trainings earlier today, and I was able to just jump while I was watching and just try to keep it moving, you guys. But anyway, I don't have really strong opinions yet, but I'm just excited about trying something new. I'm excited about trying something that I don't have to put my shoes on. I can just go over barefoot in my socks in my greatest glory and just get my jump on. So to be continued. You guys know I love sharing that kind of stuff with you guys. But today let's talk a little bit about sales. This is going to be short and sweet. I'm just going to share kind of one of my favorite takeaways about sales and what that looks like. And where this all began, you guys know that I am, a highly trained coach on James Wedmore's team, and I'm also on his sales team. I'm on his sales team for Business by Design, but also kind of like a smaller exclusive sales team that they put together this year. There's only 5 of us on that team, and, we've been trained to get on the phone with people and to sell these, either his signature program or these one-to-one coaching packages. I have now set up the ability to do it for my own business. And I have virtual coffee chats that you can set up. It's just elizabethhenson.co/coffee chats, I believe. I'll put it in the show notes. You guys know I don't always get it right on here. But if you would have told me a year ago, like last March of 2020, that, I was going to be booking sales calls and that I would be really good at sales, I would have been like, you're crazy. Like, sales is gross. I don't ever even want to like touch that industry. And no, it's not. It's like, it's all a way of thinking and a way of being. So we have to change the way that we think about sales. Now, of course, like, oh my gosh, the people that come knocking on my door, the freaking solar panel people come knocking on my door one more time, I'm going to lose it. Like, sales can be a total infringement upon our boundaries. I am not here to tell you that every person thinks about sales the way that I'm about to talk to you, or the way that I view sales, or the way that I've been trained to view sales. Oh my gosh, there is the sleazy of the sleazy out there, okay? But those are the people that are selling for the sales, okay? They're not selling for the real reason, which should be, if you're in the right industry and if you're doing things right in the world, should be helping people, okay? So the end all be all focus becomes helping people. So I don't care what you're selling, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, whether you're selling for somebody else. Is it helping people? Okay. Now, if your answer to that question is no, or I don't know, then you're going to want to like get on board with something that you believe in. Okay. That is the number one lesson here, is whatever you're selling should wholeheartedly be something that you believe in at your core, that you believe in, with every piece of like integrity and wholeness, that you have. If you really want to, be great at selling from the right intentions. Okay. So checkbox number 1, we believe in what we do, and we 100% believe that it helps people. Okay. Now, as long as you fit that qualification, we're going to move right along here. So it's not about getting the sale as much as it is about 2 things I'm going to talk about. Helping people see what's possible, right, is super important. That you're not just closing the deal for a transaction. You're trying to help them see what is possible for them if they invest in you, if they invest in your product. What becomes possible? What's the transformation? How does it actually change their life? So you want to help them visualize, help them see what is possible, right? And we have to help create that belief, or uncover that belief, because most people already have it. It's just buried under a bunch of junk, right? But create the belief that they can do it, or that they can help this thing, even if it's, they have a stomach ache. Let's give them the medicine for their stomach ache. We have to show them that it's possible. We have to show them that we can cure it. So whatever problem you're solving, it's not about the transaction. It's about having that conversation so that they can now see what becomes possible. Okay. And depending on what it is that you're selling, then there's probably some kind of ripple effect there. Like I help creative women grow and scale their businesses into whatever it is that they dream of. So when I help the women in my programs, reach their goals, grow their business, it has a ripple effect. It doesn't just help them, it helps their families. It sets an example for their children. It sets an example for other women. Like, there's a ripple effect. So it's not just, let me help Sally. It's like, let me help Sally. And, she's going to be happier and more fulfilled in her life, which is going to help her family, which is going to help her children see what's possible, which is also going to help her set an example for other women who might be sitting back dreaming of starting a business or anything, running a triathlon. I don't care. I'm not here to say one dream is better than the other, but we all have them, right? So we all have to actually be able to see what's possible. We have to believe in the ripple effect. We have to believe it in what it is that we do or what it is that we're selling. And just like knowing that this is not a one and done result. This is not a one and done thing. This isn't just get the transaction and move on. This is our way of being, right? This is our core values. The next big thing for me when it comes to sales that's changed everything and how I view it and how I operate is that selling is just part of the helping people journey, right? It's just a piece of the helping people puzzle. And what they're struggling with in that moment is that they're in indecision, right? And so many of us think that a maybe is a no, or they didn't respond to our email, so it's a no, right? When really they're just an indecision. If they haven't said no, thank you, then it's not a yes or a no. They're in indecision mode. They don't want to think about it in that moment, or, they skipped over the email. They glazed over the email. Oh, they looked at it, said, oh, this sounds interesting, but I'm busy. Like, it's indecision. And I am notorious for being stuck in indecision. Like, this is one of the things that my team has to help hold me accountable to, like making my decisions swiftly in 24 hours, really not allowing myself to sit in that in between, because it's such a waste of time. And we just do it because it makes us feel safe and it makes us feel comfy to not make a decision, right? But the sooner that we get out of indecision, the sooner we can move on to the next step. So it doesn't even matter if it's a yes or if it's a no. When I get on a sales call, like if it's a no, great. I have already helped them get out of indecision, and I have already helped myself move on to the next person that I might be able to help, right? So I completely detached from any, emotional attachment, emotional care for whether it was a yes or a no, right? Of course I care. I want to help people. But as far as it impacting my life or impacting the way I view myself or my confidence or any of that stuff, like, it does not matter to me if it's a yes or no. In fact, it becomes more empowering to know that, like, it makes no difference. Like, I've emailed back and forth with women and been like, you know what? Like, it really makes no difference to me whether you're in or whether you're out. But, I see what's possible for you. And that's all I want, is for them to see what's possible too. And if it's a no, great, I'm moving on. But if it's a yes, then boom, let's get this party started and let's start growing your business. But that is it, right? We can't attach any of our own personal value to whether it's a yes or a no. We're just helping them get out of indecision, right? And it's like, if you're walking around a dealership and you want to buy a car, it's like, oh, I hate when the car people freaking approach me. Like, just let me look, just let me marinate, right? But at the end of the day, they're going to help push us to decision or indecision. That's kind of an extreme example because how car salesmen can be. It doesn't have to be that extreme, but we're just holding the space, right? So when I get on a sales call with someone for my own business or for any other business, like, I'm just holding the space to have a conversation so that somebody can simply just decide yes or no. And that's it. And the less I care about it being a yes or a no, the more likely that they're going to make the decision that's right for them, because it's not coming from a place of pressure. It's coming from a place of showing them what's possible with your product or service, right? Really getting them to sit in that picture, that transformation of what's possible, and is it for them? Let's help them get out of indecision mode. And really those two steps have changed everything for me. I'm not some sleazy salesperson. I'm just holding the space. I'm just holding a Zoom call so that someone can say yes or no. That's it. It's that simple. So, it's all not overthinking. Just give it a try, right? If you have an expensive, photography package, an expensive coaching package, maybe an online course, maybe you don't have any of it yet and you're terrified of selling a $20 product, just give it a try. Just advocate for the fact that you can help someone. Advocate for that ripple effect, because it's worth it, right? We can't help people if we just sit back and hope that they come to us. We have got to remind them. We have to show them what is possible if we help them. So it's all about, building that awareness for what it is that you do, how it helps people, what transformation you provide, right? And knowing that your story can be your biggest asset, right? Or their own story can be their biggest asset, right? But how can we just give them the time and space and energy that they need to make a decision so that they can see what's possible? And that's it. That's my sales tips. That's really how I've broken it down to be so simple, right? And there's so many different, like things that go into it. Every conversation is different. I like to say every conversation has its own heartbeat and its own, ways to get to the end. But most importantly, is it a space where people feel seen and heard? And can you just be that person that helps them get out of indecision mode, regardless of what the decision is? So that was my super light and easy episode. A little bit more behind the scenes fun for you guys. So we are gearing up for another launch for Shine the Light Society. We're going to be doing the Get More Referrals workshop again. The Get More Referrals workshop is totally free, but what is going to be fun about this launch is it's our first affiliate launch. So we have created a partner program for Shine the Light Society where our students, our members, are able to become affiliates, and a couple select members of my community that actually really understand Shine the Light Society have been invited to be partners as well. But this is going to be our first partner affiliate launch. And I didn't just messy my way through this. This is going to be pretty legit. This is going to be good. So I'm really excited to see that unfold this month. The free workshop is going to be on March 31st. Get More Referrals. So keep your eyes and ears out for that. I'll link up anything that you might need in the show notes. Right now, it's just the waiting list. And if you're interested in being a partner, you can let me know. But most importantly, I'm just excited to take on this experiment and see if, we can get a couple more eyes and ears on what we're doing inside Shine the Light Society, because it's really, really phenomenal. I mean, even just today, one of our members is doing a blog post on the community itself and featuring some of the members, and that's just what they do. They build this community and they refer each other nonstop, and they truly have these heart-centered collaborations. And not to mention our CEO Mondays. We meet every single Monday now at 4. And that's been a game changer too. So keep your eyes and ears out for all of that good stuff. You guys know how much I love my Shine the Light Society membership. I can't believe that we have been around for 2 years now. And I will see you guys back on the podcast really soon with more updates coming. And I'm just going to keep showing up in this kind of messy, behind the scenes, real time way. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.